Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. I'm feeling a little proud today.
You look very self-satisfied.
I have done something to help the state of Utah.
You're so noble.
Roll the video.
Utah is known as #1 in a lot of different things. We've got women-owned businesses. We have the consumption of the most ice cream in the country. And also, what else? Oh, most national parks. We're also #1, this just came out in a new study, as the worst drivers in the United States of America. What can we do to change this? Well, I've got some pointers. All right, we're going to start off with 2 tips because I don't want to overwhelm you and your brain. So I want you to look, now I'm using my big dumb truck, and I want you to look right here. Now, this right here, it's a stick that comes out of the steering column in here. Now, up here, you see there's a lot of these little marks and symbols. Don't worry about those at all. I want to show you what can happen. Now, I'm going to get back a little bit. Watch this. It moves. Now, if we go to the back of the truck, what? Shut up. That can't be happening. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that simply by... Wait, if I did it that way, this can't be... Is this a coincidence or what? That's unbelievable. So using that stick on the left side of your steering wheel will actually cause the lights to go off and people get to know which way you're going. That's amazing. All right, tip number 2. Now this tip is kind of cool because it was just in the news today. It was put up by UDOT, and I'm going to show you something. I want you to get down in here in my truck. Now, I want you to look at this. There's a pedal here, and there's a pedal here. Now, this one makes the car go. This one stops the car. Now, according to UDOT, talking to us, the worst drivers in America, if you're in the left-hand lane and going slow, you need to push down on this pedal and get over to the right. Otherwise, they're going to give you a ticket. So let's review, shall we? This pedal makes it go fast. This pedal slows the car down. And if you remember in lesson number 1, this shows us which way we're going to turn. There you go. I hope that helps. At least let's get down to number 2 or number 3, not the #1 worst drivers in America. Coming up, we're going to have another lesson on parallel parking. It's going to be a long lesson.
It's like a PSA. That's what it was.
I can't believe we were #1 in the nation.
Not for long. Not
That's so
after people
embarrassing.
watch that instructional video.
I think that's going to sweep this day.
Disney's got a challenge. Like, you need to challenge people who love Disney.
I don't think it's possible to challenge them more.
What is the challenge?
Oh, it's reviews.org. They're trying to hire Disney fanatics to watch 30 Disney movies in 30 days.
Oh, no, that would be impossible.
So you get a $1,000 payday for doing that. A 1-year subscription to Disney Plus, which I am dying for because this is the new Disney streaming service and they're going to have Loki on, which is very, very exciting, although they're making us wait another year and a half. You also get a Disney-themed watching movie kit. I didn't know you needed one of those. Now, if you want to apply, all you have to do is fill out the questionnaire, and then you submit a video of you doing a Disney movie review. Anyone you want to do is fine. You have to be 18 or older, U.S. citizen or permanent resident.
That's enough. Here's the point.
And you've got till November 7th to put this together.
They're doing it right. They've left. They're gone now. Because Disney people are crazy. We know who you are. We know people who go 4 times a year.
We have people in our own family. We know you are.
We have people who go on vacation without their children and sneak off to Disneyland.
We're going to a convention in Des Moines, honey. You wouldn't be interested.
Where are the pictures at Des Moines? There aren't any. Unless they have a log flume ride in Des Moines. People, I have to say, people are crazy. I see it all the time, and not crazy in a bad way, crazy in a good way, because it could be heroin, but it's Disney. But they talk about like, oh, it's snowing outside. We're gonna cuddle up and watch Disney movies with the kids and stuff, and that is awesome. But then there's some of you that are just obnoxious about it. We were at a party, Erin and I, and this guy suddenly got this attitude of, I know Disney better than anyone, which I hate that attitude anyway. And he's like, yeah.
Is this the same guy who used to throw a beer bottle across the bar and go, I got the biggest muscles in this bar?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And he's just like, oh yeah, we did the fast pass thing. We did it before anybody else did, and early entry and all this stuff, and it just kept going and going and going. Now, Erin and I, because of our radio experience over the years, have had a business.
We've been very, very lucky.
We've been very lucky. We've had a business relationship with Disney for a very long time.
We'd go and open new rides and broadcast live from the park.
So anytime they open a new event, we would be there at 3 a.m. and do our show from there. And so we had certain opportunities. We had a handler. So
you wouldn't trust us without a handler either.
So he was talking about, I was the first one to understand the fast pass. And I said, oh, you ever been on Space Mountain with the lights on?
That one was
And he was like, what? Because they were testing it, and they didn't care about us radio people. Test it with them. And we did that.
We lose our head. It's not like anything changes.
Erin jumps up and she goes, hey, have you ever seen the Disney cats? And the guy's jaw dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, it's like 4 a.m.
We're walking around Toontown. Yeah, that was awesome.
And the cats are running around. They call them Disney cats because they disappear during the day, and they take care of the mice and stuff at night.
It's really cool.
I said, have you ever eaten French toast at the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, drinking coffee at 5 a.m?
It's not the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse anymore. It's Tarzan's Treehouse. That's
it was back then, and that's what they should turn it back
That's
into.
where you're going to hang on to, isn't it?
I know. With tooth and nail. So that basically shut him up. So anyway, so the Disney thing.
This was a high moment for you. I had no idea. I had no idea that the Disney Showdown was such a thing for you.
It was. Well, we got to know. And I was like, oh yeah, really? Okay. Toontown, 3 a.m. Hello. So anyway, you did we disclose the family connection on this at all?
No, but we probably should.
We should. My
sister's the director of the Utah Humane Society,
right.
And she's also the person who's perfect for this role because she believes she has to save every animal on the planet. Now, the problem is every shelter along the Wasatch Front is packed full of animals right now. Best Friends Animal Shelter, who has a $108 million budget per year, decided to stop doing all their low-cost spay and neutering services, and the population has exploded.
You know what?
So there's a certain level of desperation trying to get all these animals homes and trying to get everything put together.
Let's just go to a bathroom with a bathtub with 3 women and kittens. Go.
Zoom
Hi, Mama. All right, we're sitting here with Julie Elvestad, who is director of the Utah Humane Society. You might be going, that's nice, but you're all in a tub. All right, Julie, we're at the point now with pet overpopulation with the shelters that you're stashing foster kitties in your bathroom.
Well, to be fair, we usually have foster kitties stashed in our bathroom. But yeah, this is a particularly difficult year for kitties. Utah has seen incredibly warm temperatures this year, and that is fueling a pet explosion. So tons and tons of cats and kittens born this year, and all of the shelters are full. By helping the Humane Society, we can help more shelters place more cats. So we welcome anybody doing what they can.
All right, so kitties are always fun to adopt, and it's always exciting. But of course, we're also talking about cats and bunnies too. You were mentioning for some reason
so many bunnies.
Feasible amount of bunnies this time of year.
So many bunnies. Yes.
Okay. Well, so the number one then, of course, would be adoption, because everybody knows you don't buy, you adopt. That's the plan.
Adopt, don't shop.
And the next thing is that a lot of people might be saying, I have a lot of pets already, or this isn't something I can do long term. Mm-hmm. Can you accept help from maybe foster parents? Explain how it works.
Oh, absolutely, always. So again, the gold standard, if you can give a pet a home, absolutely adopt. Please adopt. If you feel like you can't because your roster is full, if you will, then please consider fostering. Temporary foster care is life-saving. So by having, some kittens in your bathroom for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, It's a
Kittens
good
in
time,
your
right?
kitchen.
Joey's into it, right? You can really do an amazing thing for in the life of a kitty. And if you don't have the space, your landlord says no, then please consider adopting or donating food or money to any local animal welfare organization so that they can then help the animals and provide that to foster homes who are taking care of the animals.
Now, I want to do a good argument about this because everyone was like, aren't you scared to have Zoe foster cats because she's going to want to keep them? Zoe, you started fostering kitties from the Humane Society when you were as young as 4. But you always send the kitties back with a name and full of love. Has it been hard for you to foster and let those go back to a real home?
Only is.
Yeah, it is. But
the one that got away.
Yeah, but it's good for you though, right? You've been able to let him go out knowing that you gave him the best possible start.
This cat is burning hot.
They're warmer than we are.
So that's the important thing. If you're hesitating because of that, no. You'll be happy that you gave them the love and that you put them in a place where they're spayed and they're neutered and they're healthy and they're ready for a family, right?
Absolutely. That's probably one of the biggest things we get. People say, I could never let them go. And I will tell you, an individual animal is frequently difficult to let go. But when you're fostering a litter of kittens, how could you possibly keep 6 of them and the mama? They're pretty cute, but when they're ready to go, at some point you're like, I can use my bathroom again. So it's so exciting. It's really a happy day when they go into the shelter. And then knowing that they got great homes, it is incredibly satisfying to see how fast they go out of our shelters when they're healthy, when you know something about them, when they have names, when they've clearly been loved. When Zoe brings back her foster animals, we know something about them. They have a bio card that Zoe designs and pictures that she's drawn of them. So it helps enormously to get the pet into the right home.
All right, so where can they go for more information?
Oh, please go to utahhumane.org/foster. You can also call 801-261-2919, extension 215.
All right. Adopt. If you can't adopt, foster. If you can't foster, volunteer your time or supplies or donations. The Utah Humane Society needs you. Every city and county shelter needs you right now.
Everybody needs you. If you don't have to be along the Wasatch Front, you can be in St. George. There's plenty of organizations there. You can be closer to the Utah-Idaho border. There's plenty that need your help up there. Wherever you are, please do what you can.
And there's 8 living creatures in this one bathroom. Do it!
You didn't include us.
So when do our kittens get here?
Today?
How many?
I don't know.
How old?
Younger.
You can help. It's actually really fun.
It really is absolutely wonderful. And if you're worried about, I'll get you attached and I can't.
No.
Zoe's been doing this since she was 4 years old, and she loves them and she names them and she sends them on. But you've given these animals a chance at life and they'll get adopted right away because you've made them lovable and happy and liking people. It's a big deal.
Tell me something good.
This is so amazing. I'm in love with this girl, Mercedes Randhunt. Now, she's only 14 years old. And
We don't expect anything from that person.
She's already won a national competition, and she's heading to Washington, D.C. to go on to a STEM-based competition that will include a lot of international students. Here's what she won for.
What does she do?
She's been working on something that would change the chemical nature of opioids. Now, here's why.
Yeah.
She said a lot of people, when they have opioids left and they don't do anything with them, then that's where a lot of trouble starts. And she says you can't just dump them down the toilet because they're not safe for the environment. Almost nobody, let's be honest, drives to the police station to hand over old opioids.
Or hospitals.
Yeah.
In emergency rooms,
yeah,
too.
You just don't do that. She said,
Right.
so what she had been fooling around with was the dimethyl sulfoxide, which makes me feel
You're not going to Washington.
stupider. Basically, she figured out how to change the molecular composition of caffeine. Now, she picked caffeine because she couldn't actually use opioids.
But they're really similar, right?
They're almost identical in a chemical signature. So what she's come up with is she says, I want to be able to have this mix so that every time a pharmacy hands out a bottle of opioids, they also hand out this little packet. So when you're done, or if there's anything left, all you have to do is stick the mix into the bottle, shake it with vinegar, and it changes the composition so you can just dump it down the toilet. It's safe. There's no opioids left.
Or throw in the trash, for that matter,
And
right?
the reason she did this is because she had a friend who committed suicide at the age of 12 using opioids that she had found in the medicine cabinet.
Around.
And so this little girl who has been this courageous came up with this option because she goes, it would be so simple and I wanted to do something that everybody could just do at home, and then they wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Isn't that incredible?
That is incredible.
So she beat all the other students, and now she's going to the Broadcom Masters, which is like STEM International.
Very
I'm
cool.
so proud of her.
Very cool. Very cool.
Isn't that amazing? And she's one of ours.
We should talk about other things that are amazing, and it is called WOW and Women of Worth.
Women of Worth. Now, Todd and I got involved in this a little bit
.org.
last year, but this is an incredible group of women who have acted as mentors for women who have climbed out of circumstances most of us would find unimaginable. I think every one of us has gone through something that broke a little bit of you.
Yep.
And I think that these women have been through the same thing, but instead of it breaking them, they went, my life is more important, my children are more important, I'm going to get out of this.
Right.
It could have been domestic violence. It could have been, there is women who've escaped from polygamy with their children intact, which is pretty miraculous.
It's an amazing story.
But if you're there and you're still like, okay, what do I do now? This is where WOW comes in, and the mentors work with them. They call them, they check up on their goals, they go to weekly workshops, and then at the end in November, and this is why this gala is so important, this is where the girls get all dolled up and they stand on a stage in front of a packed ballroom and they say, I am a woman of worth. Think about if you could say that. Could you even just say it flat out?
Yeah.
Here's what it looks like.
The biggest impact on women's lives, it changes you from the core. It helps you find that person. I felt like a lost little girl, and I found myself. I learned to walk with my head held high. This program helped me find myself, and that's what it does. I am Christy Gale, and I am a woman of worth.
So the gala is coming up.
Now, the gala is super important, and this is why we're kind of bringing this up, because this is how they depend. They get most of their funding. A vast majority of their funding is through the gala. So if you can attend, you get a better idea of what happens. You get to dress up. You get to have a nice dinner. It's on November 9th at venue 669 in Salt Lake City. You can get your tickets at wowutah.org, wowutah.org. If you use the word gala in capital letters, you get $10 off your ticket. And it's all tax deductible. And then you can learn more about the project, or just go to wowutah.org. If you want to be a mentor, if you can donate, please. If you maybe need to be someone who needs help getting your start again, that's the place you would go as well.
All right, so last night we watched Hocus Pocus.
I thought the witches were nicer. That was dark.
It was a little dark.
Other than the kids getting
was
eaten
awesome.
right away. It was perfect.
And we ate pumpkin seeds we baked in the oven. So anyway, have a great weekend doing that, and we will see you back here Tuesday on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
By the way, if you do need some ideas for new traditions for Halloween, just go to the toddanderindailystream.org, where there is also a complete guide to all of the haunted houses and pumpkin patches here in Utah, and as well as the 5 most haunted spots along the Wasatch Front.
See you Tuesday.